What is going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Who do we got? Joe, JS, Cody, Ryan, Alejandro, Leonardo, and Leo. Tacario, hope I'm saying that right. Tyler, Chris dropping in, say hi, but I can't stay. Sorry to hear it, man, but I hope you have a good one. Thank you for dropping by, even momentarily. We'll see you around. Postman, Mallory, Pat, Akito, Jesse, Maddie, what's up? I'm doing well indeed. Thank you, thank you. How is everybody doing? What's the PTS news? Tim, there is none as of right now, but we know from their prior communications that the new season is on the way at the beginning of December. So PTS will either be this weekend or next weekend is pretty much what it comes down to. The point of the title is to say that now that we are in November, a lot of stuff is going to happen very quickly. We've got the season finale a week from today. Stretch goals should be 1 week after that. That's kind of the usual flow they go with, and that kind of backs up when you look at the events layout. And then, yeah, PTS will either be before or in the middle of that. So, plenty of things coming up. When is the stretch goals? Leo, it should be on the 18th. Again, they've not announced that, but the last few times they've done it 1 week after the finale. And if you look at this, the 5x event launches with the finale, and then there's a 2x event on the 18th, and that's the exact same thing they did last time. So, should be on the 18th. Grim Knox, what's going on? Cameron, good morning to yourself. This doesn't look like Arc Raiders. It is not. But I have been having a lot of fun playing it. That is for sure. What else do we got up here? I'm just looking through. How's everybody doing? As far as announcements that we usually do, I feel like I'm a high school teacher giving morning announcements. They brought some stuff back to the store. The Payday stuff has actually returned, which is a bit of a surprise because when they do these third-party collaborations, usually there is like a period in which they're allowed to use it and then they can't like offer it anymore. But these masks are here and we'll look at more in a second. Of course, the Houndsman is still there. There's a new up the sleeve bundle as of today. And then the usual Halloween stuff. But yeah, if you go to the outfits, all the Payday ones are actually here. So, if you missed them, you want a chance to get them, they're in the store. They also put the stuff that was originally tied to the what's it called? The bundle? The event pass thing? Like the bundle pass? Who even knows what it was called? But that's in here as well, the Sydney mask and the trophy. But I don't know how you get it, because I own all these, and it says I don't. So I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know. But anyway. Teach me PvP. I've got some videos on it that I recommend you check out. I can link them if you're not able to find them. We'll probably do some eventually later on in the stream too, so happy to give you some tips as we're going through. Yeah, Ronald, looks like Joe's gotcha. They've not announced it, but if it's not on the 18th, I owe all of you a pizza. It'll be on the 18th. Like it's pretty much locked in. Asking for my PC character, do you think the RogueGold apparel will appear in the stretch goals? I honestly don't know, Postman. I've not been alerted of anything with that, so I would guess no, but I truly don't know. Nope, they did not, Aiden. Snipers coming in with the 10 months as a classified status member. Snipers, thank you so much. I don't know why. I was going to say, I don't know if you're here or not. I assume you are. I haven't seen you in the chat, but thank you very much, as always, for the ongoing love and support. Do you have a video to help with the raid? I'm afraid I don't, Leo. I didn't really start doing content. I guess I was here when Iron Horse came out, but it's not quite my greatest forte, so I don't have raid guides out there, I'm afraid. Zombie with the 33 months, still farming the manager mission to get the mask. Serves me right for taking a break from the game. Shoot. I mean, if you haven't done it on Master yet, if you complete it once on Master, you get it guaranteed. I know Master's tough, but maybe you'd be able to matchmake for it. That is a tough go, though. I'm sorry to hear it. Thank you, though, for the 33 months. That's insane. Appreciate you being there very much. And then, my goodness, people. Postman coming in with the 10 gifted. Thank you, sir. Going to VIP 6. Matthew, Ken. This is a wild name. We'll just go with McMeth. That's something, all right. Jones, RJ, Crits, Daniel, Shadow, and Black Panther. Welcome to Rogue Studios, folks. If you're here, please give Postman a thank you in the chat for the kindness. Thank you, sir. And then I'm the King 293 also joining up completely on their own to the classified status tier membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind. King, Postman, Zombie, Snipers, shout out to all of you. Thank you all very much for supporting what I do. Thank you very much, Leo. That's very kind of you to say. Do you think there will be an Xmas theme for the base of ops just like Halloween? I sure hope so. I don't know. I mean, it is a pretty quick turnaround, you know, at least like between spring, summer, and Halloween. There's a few months gap for them to work on that stuff. Halloween and Christmas are pretty close together. So that would mean like from when this ends to when that'll begin is like 6-ish weeks. I don't know if they're going to have time to do it again for that. I sure hope so, though. And we will find out soon enough, I'm sure. Leo, I'm usually here for 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. So, be around for a little while. What's up, Noah? No, it's 1 week from today. Next Tuesday. Snipers with the $2 donation. It's not dollars, but I'm going to say it anyway. Thank you very much. As if being a member for that long isn't enough. That's very kind of you, Snipers. Thank you, thank you. No, I'll be live next week, Cast. You think I'd miss a season finale? Come on. No, we will be live next week. All right. Treasy, I'm so glad you asked, because someone had to get me out of standing in the base eventually. Two main things that we want to take on. First is I need to get the Halloween project done, and I'm very excited to get the last few pieces of the outfit, because I actually think it looks kind of cool. Especially this backpack trophy, which is what I'm getting next, the blood bag. I could see myself wearing that a good bit. So we're going to go through the rest of that, and then, of course, we have the scout. After that, I don't know. We will figure it out. But those are the first two main things. What's up, Dispatch? How you doing, man? Saved all my mana and scouts for the stretch goals. Nice. Oh, I do actually. That's the other thing. I do need to still go through my journey, believe it or not. Because they didn't tie, like, modifier progression as deeply in as they did last time around, I didn't really feel the need to grind it out in the first few weeks. So I've gotten all these done passively. I just need to get done the hyena one and the cleaner one. So we might make some progress on that. But I've still got a few more weeks to do that too. So let's do this. Name True Sons. How close are we to a retaliation? Pretty close. Could I go do like a mini activity? Yeah, let's hit this. I thought you were moving and you said you weren't going to stream. Oh, gotcha. Well, I appreciate the consideration of that. I am getting the keys to my new place on Monday, or the Monday right before that. So it is going to be a very busy week, no doubt, but no, I can't miss the finale. So probably most of the stuff will be moved out of my, I have a 4-day overlap between when I get the keys to the new place and when I have to hand in for the old one, so most things will be moved, but I'm leaving my setup to stream and make a few videos, and then I'll be switching it over probably on the weekend. So I'm really hoping if, you know, the PTS, again, is pretty much either going to be this weekend or next weekend. I hope it's this one, because if it's next weekend, then I'm really going to be, I'm going to be in for it. But we shall see. Can you log on to my account and do the journey missions for me? I don't want to. I'm sorry to say, Postman, I don't really want to do them myself, so that might... You drive a hard bargain. Good lord. The extra rate of fire from the modifiers on the Eagle Bearer is too much. Yes, Golden Bullet started today. We forgot to mention that. If any of you still play global events, there you go. I don't, really. And I wish they would find a way to, like, kind of either maybe sunset them or better incorporate them into the current season flow. I don't know. Does anyone know if there will be another global event where we can get the Lexington? We don't have confirmation, Chris, but I think it's a fair assumption to think that the Lexington will once again be in this season's stretch goals, which again should kick off on the 18th. Again, we don't know for sure, but pretty good odds. And we know that they've said there's going to be some amount of did I grab that right? Doesn't need the key yet. There's going to be some amount of reform to stretch goals after last season's deal. That's what they said, is that they're going to work on changing it up a little bit.
Progress resumed.
How did you find this season so far? I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. I assume you mean story-wise, or maybe altogether. I mean, gameplay-wise, the events have been great. You know, well, I'm biased, but we had the creator. We got an exotic event, which was awesome again for me personally. But the Halloween event has been super fun. We had an event pass, so like, there's been things to do, but narrative-wise, not much has happened. I think it's going to be very, very. What's the opposite of front-loaded? Anyway, it's all going to be in the finale, is my guess, like the real narrative push for the season. And so, yeah, I kind of prefer the ones where there's a bit of mystery or intrigue to follow along with along the way, whereas this season's comms haven't really given us too much. I mean, some of it's been interesting, but it doesn't really feel like we're building to anything. I think the finale is going to be where everything takes place. Nico, yeah, we don't know yet the details on stretch goals, as far as what changes they're making or what they will contain. All I can tell you is that with 99% certainty, they will begin on the 18th. That's what I was like. I thought that in my mind, Postman, and I was like, maybe I should just leave that up to interpretation. I'm not gonna guess on that one. Oh yeah, so I'm not running. Hello, can I hit this guy? I'm not running Zealot because I want to try and get some progress on those other journey bits. So I put on Sanitation, which why not just use it here? I need to actually look at what the challenges are on that. I'm just gonna kind of use it and see if I get progress.
Reinforcements
Is EB still meta? I wouldn't say meta, but it's still quite good. It's better than a lot of people give it credit for, I'll say that. But what have y'all been up to? Other than stuff on Div. I know at least some of you have been playing Arc Raiders, given the comments I got on those videos. It's not worked out for everybody, which is all good. That's how all games are, but I've certainly been enjoying it a lot. Also trying to hit some Battlefield in the meantime. Having those two games, whoever made that happen, is a mean person. Why is the cooldown on sanitation so long? I still have 30 seconds to go, and I used it once at the start. Not only is Zealot just so far and above the rest in terms of power, but you get it back pretty quickly. Nope, kill squad. I do like when I get it at the control points. Where do you think you're going, sir? We're gonna run right at him and pop sanitation. See what that does. Oh, we already got the project done because these are all True Sons. That's funny. We also have the, I forgot to mention in the announcement part, we have the expertise materials event this Friday, which I need to get some clarifications on exactly how that's going to work, because I know it seems a little bit ambiguous, but I definitely want to make a video on that, because that's going to be, if it works the way people are thinking it will, that's going to be a crazy farming opportunity. Alright. What has everyone been saying? Ice Truck, yes. Retaliations are permanent. It's not just a thing for this season. It's a new permanent edition. The weapon doesn't scream raid exotic. It did when it released. I'd still argue it has a pretty... I mean, that's why I said I think it's underrated. I think it has a pretty darn underrated talent. The fact that you can mitigate that much damage. Again, people normally only really care about the offensive stuff, but being able to hit that so consistently and just run into the middle of enemies and not die is pretty darn good. By the way, folks, let me check. We have 190 people here hanging out. Or maybe 180. I don't know. Either way, thank you for being here. If you've not already, hit the like button if you want to help support the stream. Get it pushed out to more people. I would appreciate you doing so. But again, thanks for tuning in. What's up, Emmanuel? I'm doing very well, my friend. Looking forward to the stream. Thank you. I want to play Arc Raider so bad. Well, fortunately, it's not going anywhere. They've said that they've got a long-term plan for it, so hopefully you'll have a chance at some point, Zombie. I've had a lot of fun with it. You know, it's not for everybody, but I've had a lot of fun. Postman's been getting me killed in Arc Raiders. Did y'all team up? That's fun. I still owe Postman a run-through on there, and it will happen. All I've been doing is taking Div 2 photos a lot with the Shade outfit. Yeah, when we first saw it, like in the pictures, I should probably try to not die from this random red. I didn't think I was gonna like love it, but the fact that the cape has physics and just the overall colors, it is pretty darn cool. So I'm excited to unlock the last bits of it here in a moment. Well, not in a moment, but whenever we wrap the project up. Is there an alternative to the memento? So I don't like running around to collect the tokens. What do you mean by an alternative? I mean, there's, you know, there are dozens and dozens of great builds to run in the endgame. You certainly don't have to use the memento. It's a great item, but, you know, plenty of other good builds to use too. Snipers with the 1 gifted going to Jexter. Jexter, if you're here, we would appreciate you giving Snipers a thank you for the generosity. Again, Snipers, thank you very much. Gifteds, memberships, donations, you're too kind. Thank you, thank you. I heard that the ban wave was mainly for PC. There were some bans on console. Seen more than a few cheaters on console. I mean, the thing to keep in mind, and I promise this is not me, like, I'm sure someone will interpret it as me defending the studio. Cheaters are always going to be a thing, unfortunately. That's true even in, you know, dedicated PvP games, but of course for Division that's had this problem for so many years, it's not going to get fixed overnight. Hopefully the ban wave targeted a lot of them. I don't know the stats. I don't know what the impact has been on every platform, but it's going to be an ongoing thing that they need to commit to. And at least to my understanding, this is not something that they just did one little wave and then they're done. Like it's a commitment to doing an increased amount of effort to try and get these people over time. So hopefully that's what we see, but I don't know. We will have to wait and see what the impact is over time. Have you heard any news on the NPCs we're supposed to be getting next season? Helps in the open world? No. I have not. We will be hearing about them pretty soon, though, assumedly, because the PTS again should be coming up this weekend or next weekend, so the wait is almost over for us to find out more. This one has so much running. Noob coming in with the 5 gifted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Going to Bjorn Bogus. Probably saying that wrong, I'm sorry. Germ Warfare, Walrose, and Jack. Welcome to Rogue Studios. If you're here, please give Noob a thank you.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Him and Postman are going back and forth about who's at fault for dying in Arc Raiders. Love to see it. Noob, thank you very much, man. As usual, that's very kind of you. Well, this turret is in the dumpster, and it's hitting me. Pop this. Oh, while it's active, I have, like, the ability to have flame ammo. Is that right? Or I just do have it? Kind of forgot about that part. Oh, sorry. anyone heard that. There was an alarm on my phone. Where's that person that just spoke?
Hostile detected.
I never know which way they're coming from here, because you have the mini spawns, and then you have like the actual respawn waves. But I think this is the last guy we need. Maybe? No, we have to get these guys too. Okay. Wow. Melee to finish it off. Alright, let me catch up on chat here. Thank you again, noob. What are you expecting to see on the friendly AI teammate next season? I don't really know, I'll be honest with you. I don't. I'll be very curious to see, like, if that is the basis for the modifiers. Are they really still going to be... Because people now have a certain expectation of how much power, modifiers are giving them.
Secure the area.
And, like, I don't think any of us really think that these guys are all that helpful or smart or strong, right? So, I'm curious to see how valuable the companions will really be. Other than that, I really don't know. Did you see in Arc Raiders, if they determine that you were killed by a cheater, they mail you back all your loot? Is that true? I did not see that. If so, that's really cool. Where do you place Arc Raiders in comparison to the Division 2? Purely in terms of them both being extraction looters? I wouldn't classify a Division as an extraction looter. Division is a looter shooter, whereas Arc Raiders is an extraction shooter. I don't think you can really... You could compare the Dark Zone to Arc Raiders, because those are like... That's a mode that's targeting that same gameplay loop, but the overall game is very different, I think. What's up, this and that? I appreciate you tuning in. I just want our companion to carry some extra loot. That would be funny if you could like pick an upgrade path where it's just like, yeah, you can put 50 extra items on this guy. Oh, we got one of the hounds. Didn't know you could spawn there. Okay, we got that done.
System
Named Outcasts. I'm close on one of those, too. Could we do a little propaganda? Looks like I have very little Outcast things available. Could I do a bounty? Mayhaps? Yeah, let's do these. Plot twist, the teammate has Hunter AI and gadgets. Can you imagine? That would be something.
Rogue agent detected.
For Postman. What's up, Tamako? How you doing?
Target is nearby.
What are you expecting from Survivors compared to the original in Div 1? I talked a good bit about it in my recent Survivors speculation video, but I think my assumption and interpretation from the info we have so far is that it's going to be a lot more open-ended, whereas the original survival is pretty linear. Like, it always started the same way. You know, loot spawns were static. The weather patterns were always the same. I think in this one, you can load in at different times of day. I mean, they've talked about how snowstorms can roll in, and that will change the gameplay dynamic. They haven't indicated this at all yet, but I hope the loot has dynamic spawns. That would be a huge change. I think it's just going to be a lot more of an open-ended, wider scale, almost like simulator experience, more than a linear survival deal. That was the description I gave in my video, right? I foresee Survivors being more of like a winter survival simulator, more than a linear survival experience, which is kind of what the first one was. I could be totally wrong, but that's what I'm getting from it so far. Yes, I am on Xbox.
Agent, target spotted. You got the target. Agent.
Well, that was easy.
Constitution Hall.
Constitution Hall.
Good work.
Isn't that where I am already? Cool.
Thank you for keeping us safe, Agent.
I feel like they're going to be the way they are control points. I would be very surprised if they didn't have a way to make them better than those AI. You know, they're not really companions, but those AI. I would be surprised if they actually pursued that as a focus for a season. You know, I mean, they prototype a ton of stuff.
Control points, Agent.
Um, we all remember the Wallops Island incursion thing. Like, if they were to investigate, can we do interesting or compelling AI companions for the focus of a season, and they said the best we can do is those ones, I'd be surprised if they didn't scrap it at that point, you know? If I can give the companions orders like hold or move up, then I'll be happy. Yeah, like how much agency will we really have over them? It's a interesting question. What's going on, Ure? Good to see you. Wow, I think I dealt a lot of damage. What are you doing over there? Who is sniping me with these nades? I finished some project. Oh, it might have been the retaliation one, actually. They have in the past, Ronald, so if you want to wait to claim those until stretch goals are live, that should be a worthwhile thing to do. Again, unless they make a change from how it's worked previously.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Heavily armored hostile detected.
We need to get sanitation going here.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Who's he aiming at? I'm over here, man.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Having like permanent burn ammo is pretty good. I actually didn't really remember that that was a component of it. Nice. On to the next one. But I think we're done with the outfit now. And then the last day is quick step. Yeah. Which I don't need to do because I already have it. I see you running that EB. I love that AR. It's my favorite one. Or my favorite weapon in the game, I should say. Any theories on the climax mission? Are we going to do something to the Black Tusk? Or, oh, hang on. Kill Squad. Anything to the Black Tusk or the True Sons that will make a divide happen and lead into the next season's theme of mutiny? I mean, I imagine that will play a part. I don't really know what that thing will be. My main theory that I've had from the beginning is that the finale will just be the meeting that the Black Tusk is trying to host to initiate the attack, and that we get in there and disrupt it. And then somehow, yeah, that'll lead to the next big plot point. But I don't know what exactly that'll be, you know? I've noticed they took away the daily and weekly projects from New York. Do you think they should bring them back and maybe include Brooklyn as well? I'd love if they had, yeah, stuff to do in New York and Brooklyn. The reason they took it away is because one endgame is meant to make all like endgame stuff of that variety accessible to everybody, even if they just own the base game. So under that philosophy, they can't have anything in New York or Brooklyn. Oh, I didn't know you were coming from that direction. That's awkward. But I would like if they made an exception for that, you know. Okay, that guy's got some good cover back there. I also can't really see anything in all the fog. Let's try this.
Reinforcements incoming.
What's up, Ron?
Incoming hostiles detected.
The companions are next season, indeed.
Heavily armored hostile.
But as of today, we should only be, you know, 4 or 5 weeks away from the next season. It's here pretty soon. And the PTS will be in the next week or two, so we're gonna finally get our first look at them. Dang it, I keep getting snuck up on
Immediate medical
by
assistance needed.
the bombers. This gunner is really pissing me off back there.
Heavily armored hostile detected. Heavily armored hostile detected.
One thing I'm also very curious to find out is what the... If y'all remember with the Tempest situation that we had at the beginning of the season, they said that the finale will have some kind of bonus reward beyond just the Tempest. Whether or not that's another item or cosmetic, we don't know, but I imagine we'll get that news maybe this week, or they might just leave it as a surprise, but I'm curious to see what that's going to be. What's up, Dark Influence? What I missed so far? Just rambling, chatting, all the good stuff, nothing too crazy. Alright, screw you, dude. Infinite ammo, been shooting me the entire time. Get out of here. Alright, we got one more control point. What build are you running? I'll showcase it as soon as we're done with this retaliation. I got one more control point. Well, actually, I've got 15 minutes. There's no reason why I can't right now. It's just your pretty basic striker memento obliterate on the chest piece. They've been sneaking up on me this whole time. I'm running an Eagle Bear, but you don't have to. If you don't have it, you can use any good AR, and it'll work plenty well for you. Have you come across anyone wearing your arm badge yet? I'm trying to think. The arm patch specifically? I don't know. Again, there's only 500 of them out there, right? I feel like maybe I did at one point, but I can't honestly fully remember. The items in general, yes. Which is, again, beyond cool. Just seeing people rocking the shirt or the hoodie or whatever, it's quite surreal. Luminous, how's it going? Postman, there's 2 different season XP events. One is next week, and then one's the week after. And then 5 times is on the 27th. So, towards the end of the month. I wonder if we can take our new NPC companions into retaliation. Anywhere you can use modifiers, you should be able to use them. I mean, again, we don't have any details yet, but from what we understand, like how I imagine it's going to be is that the global modifier says, you know, you get this companion, and then the active modifiers might dictate like what that companion's main ability or trait is, and then the passives might augment that in other subtle ways, you know. That's complete guesswork. I could be wrong, but that's how I see it going down. So yeah, anywhere you can use modifiers now, you should be able to use the companion in the new season. This is a struggle. It's like, please. Another damn gunner that's gonna sit 20 miles away. Gonna burn through all my ammo trying to get this one guy. Oh, I thought there was still someone below me.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Heavily armored hostile detected.
How do we get that pink skin for the pistol? I think it was from a past, like, season track thing, like a long time ago. I don't 100% remember where I got it, but it's not available right now, unfortunately. It's just a skin they made for the, whatever the pistol's archetype is. Which, for the record, I know this is a completely separate topic, I miss them having the weapon-specific skins on the season pass. You know, like how the FAMAS has its skins and the other ones they made for all the other guns. I thought those were way cooler than the general. I don't really use generic weapon skins in this game. I just don't think they look that good. So I don't know why they made the switch, but it'd be nice to see them come back someday. I should sometime, I mean, Pally is very receptive to, or Pally is very reachable on Twitter with questions like that. I should just ask one day why they made the switch. Presumably they just have the data that more people like the generic ones. I mean, that's the only reason I could think of for why they would. why they would go back, but I think that's too bad.
Agent down.
Running out of
Agent
AR ammo was not something I accounted for.
hostile detected.
Is there a restock in this thing somewhere? There's some ammo. There we go. Gotcha. Alright. We should now have all the pieces, so we're gonna go try that on. Any official mention of the stretch goals for this season? No. But I think, as I said earlier in the stream, they're gonna happen. I don't know anything, but you know, that's the thing they're doing every season from now on. Plus, they said at the end of last season that they're gonna rework it and make some changes for the future ones. By the way, folks, thank you very much for the likes and for being here. We got almost 250 people hanging out, pushing 80 likes. Thank you, thank you. I want Sparkles as an NPC companion, dude. Talk about tough bosses. That remains one of my one of my lowest moments on stream when I was up to like 8 wipes on that thing. That mission was fun. When is the new season again? Early December is the time slot that we have, SS. I imagine it'll be... I was just looking at the calendar this morning. Let me refresh myself on the dates. If I had to put $5 on it, I would say December 9th. So we will see. What does the vertical bar next year ammo count represent? That should be your specialization ammo meter. Like, it's building up to when you'll get your next batch of spec ammo via whatever acquisition method it lays out in the talent tree for your spec. They each have a different like gameplay mechanic you can do to get more ammo. '26 needs to be tomorrow. I can't wait anymore for Survivors. I know. I should clarify, and this is my fault. I've been very bad about this in my videos talking about Survivors. I keep saying 26 is like the confirmed release date. In fairness, in the roadmap they gave us, they said in 26 we have the anniversary and unannounced Division 2 content, but then Survivors had a TBA. So they have left the door open that it could launch in 2027. The reason I haven't, the reason I keep saying 26 is I would be beyond surprised if that were the case, given the scope of what they're trying to do and given it's a whole new team making it. But it is possible. What I should say is they've not confirmed that it's coming out in 26. But yeah, I have every expectation that it will be. You think they're doing a live stream on a Sunday, Luminous? Because the 9th is a Tuesday. That's why I said that. All the new updates always come out on a Tuesday. Except that one time that they launched on a Thursday. That was weird. Why am I coming in here? I don't know. All right. Any word on the new Climax Exotic? I still don't have the auto pistol. So, BitBob, how it's going to work is that the Tempest will be available from this season's finale, as it was originally intended to be. So you can get it from the new mission. They're just also going to add one additional reward because of the little mishap that happened at the beginning of the season. All right, let's try on the pieces for Sinister Shade. Now that I have them all. So there's that. There should be pants. Right there. I know there's... Oh, we can put on the backpack trophy. That's cool, dude. I'm probably going to rock this a good bit. I like that one. There's a holster. I believe there's knee pads. Yep. I know there's gloves. Right there. And the mask. That's right. I was like, I think there's one more. There we go. The cape is pretty cool. The fact that it's actually animated. Am I just noticing now that the grass is very brown? I thought it was still like a pretty bright summer green. I didn't realize they changed that much of it. There we go. The top is pretty cool. That was the part that I didn't expect to think was that neat, but then I saw people running around with it. Oh, and boots. Hang on. Did I miss a piece? Thank you, whoever called that out. Oh yeah, you're right. There we go. Now, it's the full deal. I would guess we will get some early access gameplay for it, at least next summer or September. If I had to guess right now, I would think they'll at least show some early gameplay for it at the anniversary event in March. I'm hoping they go all out for that thing. I'm hoping we get like big new Division 2 roadmap, Survivors gameplay, maybe a Division 3 tease. They have to talk about it in some way. Like, I hope it's a pretty big event. But we'll see. Not a huge fan of this outfit. What's up, Matt, by the way? How you doing? I hope next season we don't have an issue with the next Climax exclusive exotic, like with the Tempest. I mean, I would imagine they're doing pretty much everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen again. I'm sure they didn't enjoy having to come up with a huge fallback plan for that. All right, well, we will rock this as we take on the Scout, which is the next thing to do. So let's activate. Black Tusk and True Sons have always been tight, but we're seeing a worrisome increase in joint operations. I mean, they're allied. It's not that they're not tight. They're that was the whole point of season 10, was that they have an alliance. We're using True Sons as cover to seize more territory, drive them out. Okay, someone spoil it for me. Is this just Black Tusk activities? Or what do I have to do for that one? Can I go and do a public execution? That's probably an invaded mission. Say it ain't so. I don't want to go do invaded missions. Oh, man. Really? I have to go do 2 of them? Oh, it glows, by the way. When you're in the dark. Nice. I have to go do 2 invaded missions? Oh, at least White Oak's one of them. I love White Oak. Okay. That's frustrating. Alright, we'll do American history in White Oak. Why do we have to do 2? Come on, Division. You're better than this.
Hostile control point nearby.
Near as we can tell, Black Tusk is spread out throughout the building. Be prepared.
Are we still getting the new LMG? Are you talking about the Big Alejandro from Division 1? If so, they've never commented on that officially. It was just in that trailer, and people assume that we may be getting it at some point, but we've heard nothing further on it since then. We're getting some new weapon at the end of the season, or at the end of this month, with the Veteran Rewards program. But again, we don't know what that'll be. The one thing Rogue hates most, invaded missions. Yeah. Invaded missions plus just mission replays for scouts in general. Like, scouts, I don't know. I feel like the whole idea with them was that they were supposed to be able to do more with the season activity stuff, but I still, like, miss back in the beginning of Year 5 when if they did ask you to replay a mission, it was, like, actually scripted and made to be a new mission. As soon as they started making you do missions again with no narrative context, it was just like the same mission. I completely lost interest in that being an objective as part of these. I'm not a fan. It's just so funny to think back to 2019 where invaded missions were like supposed to be the big end-game activity to go and play. Oh man. How far we've come in the last 6 years. Look at him trying to juke me.
System curtailed.
Everyone complained about decoding messages in the early scouts and how we kept boring objectives. It's true. It is true. Division players, I won't say everybody, a lot of them don't like to be challenged all that much.
Medical assistance needed.
To be fair, from what I heard, the engagement rate with scouts at the beginning was like very low. So I think they kind of had to make a change if they wanted it to be at all compelling and played. And that could very well be why they're not putting much effort into them at the moment. Is like if no one's gonna play them, why spend the resources? And if that means that they can then put that stuff into things like the Halloween event, then maybe that's a necessary evil, but it's too bad.
Progress. Take it steady.
Rogue needs his lore fix, always. And that's what I'm saying. This season has been very lore dry.
Laptop detected.
Still remember the dev saying that we would get more invaded missions, like with Pentagon. Yeah, I do vaguely remember that. At one time they were like, yeah,
Download complete.
that'll happen.
We'll review the
They did
data you
not.
just downloaded and see what we can make of it. Continue your sweep.
Is the stovepipe manhunt glitched out?
I'm getting a flurry
In
of
what
movement
way,
right
Jefferson?
outside
What are
the
you
north
what are you
entrance.
running into? You think they will ever
Must be the last of
re-release
them.
the
Take them
veteran
down,
camos
Agent.
again like they did for the Lexi? I mean, I assume you mean the ones specifically for the Lexington, because they've said there are new ones coming this season for whatever the new weapon will be. But as far as those old ones, I imagine that those were a first come, first served. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's kind of the intention with the veteran rewards, is like, you're either there for it or you're not. Huge sandstorm rolled in since I started this. They woke up Schaefer without a script for what he'll say, do. Aside from seeing him, like, physically, Schaefer has given us a lot of intel since he woke up. Specifically last season, like, all the comms with him were pretty good. I think we're just kind of waiting to see what manifests from that intel, you know?
Area secure. Good work.
And the thing you have to remember is that, like, it's been maybe a day and a half since he woke up. I don't know if that's actually... Let's see. So, yeah, he woke up on the 28th. Oh, this one's out of order. He woke up on the 28th, and right now it's probably the 30th, so he woke up 2 days ago in the game's lore. All this got messed up. Wait, what? The artwork is wrong for all of them? I didn't realize this. Look at now. Okay, that one's fine. That one's fine. Here's where it starts getting messed up. Failows is at the bottom, and that's the wrong name. Oh, the name is wrong starting here, actually.
Agent requesting backup.
That's funny. I'll have to report that. Okay, that's one. Now we will go to White Oak.
No more contacts. All clear.
You just recovered intel.
Welcome back, Leo. What's up?
Deaths in the short term, but to all of us in the long run. You also effectively put this hellhole out of commission.
I also find it weird that we've tracked down Kelso like 3 times with Tool Manonsford, and every time we find her, she leaves. Yeah. To my knowledge, the
Enemy transmission.
voice actress for her is like no longer working. I like because the voice actor strike, or the actor strike in general, has ended, which originally was thought to be the holdup. But I'm pretty sure her voice actress is just not doing it anymore. So they either need to recast, or Kelso's not going to be all that prominent moving forward. We'll see.
Enemy transmission.
What's up, Kevin? Correct. They should be gone on the 18th.
Tails. Got eyes on a group of JTF hostiles by the helipad. Wait a sec. I'm not seeing any weapons. Battlefield forensics team is my guess. A few of them have cardboard boxes.
But we can't have any of our stuff walking out of there.
Copy that. Engaging. I'll start from the right, sis.
Yeah, for Division 3, Mike, I agree. That would be super cool. I can almost guarantee that they would not be able to pull that off in Division 2, mostly because of technical limitations. But yeah, I hope that Dynamic Seasons is something that we see in Division 3. Both for gameplay, but also just so they have the ability to make the narrative not feel so weird. where they have to keep it super slow because they can't change the season. But then as it is getting, like, we're almost into November in the game's timeline, and it still looks like it's July, you know? When's the PTS, Doug? It should be either this weekend or next weekend. It's coming up very soon. Matt Kane with the 20 gifted memberships. Thank you, sir. Good lord. All right, here we go. 20 people. We've got Catrice, Burke, Mehmet, hope I'm saying that right, AV, Blue Raven, Valentine or Valentine, Rodrix, Travis, Zinzel, Rawl, No Mercy, Zark, Christoph, Maddle, Other Matt, Chaotic, Matters, Zoe, Medi, and AB. What's up, Brave? Matt, thank you so much for the 20 gifted, sir. That's very generous. If any of you 20 people are here who I just called out, please give Matt a thank you down in the chat. And to anyone who has joined up or been gifted a membership this stream, you now get a badge by your name to signify your membership. You get emotes you can use in the live chat and on the video comments. And if you want to join our Discord server and link up your YouTube account in your Discord settings, you'll get extra access on there too. All right, that's the spiel. I have to give it out once just so people know what's up. But welcome, folks, and thank you again, Matt, for the kindness, man.
This is nice. The USMC facility is clean.
You need to do a YouTube stream? That's what I'm doing right now.
You've got a division element.
That's what you're watching.
This is the real test. Leave it to me, sir.
I was watching a lore video by NGN that Sokolova's true goal is to make McManus president so she can get her hands on the launch codes. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, no offense to NGN, maybe the video was old, but I think that's kind of been telegraphed pretty clearly that that is the goal. I'm pretty sure we've talked about that in a good few videos, like when they were talking about the line of succession a season or two ago. So yeah, I think that is absolutely the goal. They've been going out and eliminating other people who are in line ahead of him, like the what's it called? Secretary of Agriculture was mysteriously eliminated. So that was most likely Sokolova. Can we see your build? Sure thing. Let me just finish this current combat room, and then I will happily show you. Here's the build right here. Pretty standard 4 pieces of striker. Got the memento. Got Cheska, chest piece with obliterate. And then I'm using an eagle bear. You don't have to use this. If you'd rather use a different good AR, you can slot that in. I don't believe in the whole stream is pre-recorded. That would be 5D chess on another level, you know.
Just reached the lake house. Work fast. You got
The
trouble
comedic
getting away.
edits on your Arc Raiders videos were great. Thank you, Postman. Believe it or not, that was actually not me. It was the first time that I was working with a editor on a long-form video. It's a buddy of mine that I've known for a long time, and he did the Arc commentary one for launch day, as well as the like top 10 tips or top 9 tips video a few days before, and I think he did a great job. I will let him know your feedback. Yeah, I'd love to do more ARC videos. Those two recent ones didn't quite do as well as I'd hoped they might. Which, you know, anytime you do something that's outside of your niche, that has a chance of happening. So I don't know if I'm going to do more at the current moment. We'll see. But regardless, I've been enjoying playing it. So that's what matters at the end of the day.
Black Tusk had control of the lake house. We're falling back to the rally point.
What's going on, Max? How you doing? We're just wrapping up some objectives before the finale next week. So I'm getting my scout done. We got the Halloween project done. And yeah, next week we got the finale, the new master mission. Should be good stuff. How are you doing?
System curtailed. System reactivated.
Talk to me, Loot. How's it going at the lake house? Just wrapped up. All clear.
Please show your stats. I've got you. Let me
Get crashed.
get through this one. Stats, I've got 3 blue cores, and then for crit stats, 56, 121. Are there any other stats you want to know? By the way, what's up, Peter? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Question, is it me or is the score thing still bugged in conflict? Are you talking about when it wasn't logging your kills, Chrissy? I've not experienced that since they fixed the issue the one time. But if that's something you're running into, definitely that could be worth investigating. Arc is pretty cool. I enjoyed your vids. Thanks, Ure. Outsourcing the Arc videos. Yeah, it's mostly, it purely comes down to a time thing, you know? I mean, I'm very fortunate to have the amount of time that I do to work on the channel, but at a certain point, if I try and increase my output while not decreasing the quality, there's just not enough hours in the day, you know? So I think that was a good opportunity just to try that out. I'm not in the position to, like, employ an editor full-time, but it's good to at least have that experience, you know? So that's, yeah, that's the deal. What's going on, Helios? Welcome, welcome. Think they'll add a new enemy faction or not? I don't foresee there being another new enemy faction within Division 2. Division 3, for sure, but I would be surprised if they were going to do a new one, it probably would have been with the DLC, and that was not there, so I doubt it. The survival update will be a DLC for sure, right? Elson, by that, do you mean like a paid DLC? Because I would say with 90... We'll go 98. I would say with 98% confidence it'll be free. If they make it paid, that would be a huge shock to me. He said yes. Yeah, the original survival obviously was paid, and Julian Garrity, who is the executive producer for everything Division now and has huge influence on that project, he went on record one time, there's an interview he did with SkillUp ahead of Division 2's launch, where he was like, one of the biggest mistakes we made with the original Survival was making it paid, because it segmented the player base and it meant that it didn't really get the attention and shine that it should have. And so for them to acknowledge that and then turn around and make this paid would be very surprising for me, or to me. Yeah. If I'm putting $5 on it, I'm saying it's free. I don't know why I'm trying to shoot them from so far. Did you do anything discussing the quick step? I did not, Mads, other than just like talking about it in the guide for the Halloween events. Normally I would do like a weapon review at the end of the project chain, but obviously people were getting this like day one of the event, so I think everyone figured out pretty quickly that it's kind of a must run pistol, you know. There's not really that much to say with it other than it's very good.
All targets down.
Any word on the contents of those boxes?
Assorted documents, including some maps. Also some
Lieutenant,
memory
what's up?
sticks and hard drives.
Good work. Grab it all and scoot on out of there.
I was 98% sure that it could be paid. I could say we need money for Division 3, but now I'm in conflict. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're not, I don't think that's illogical thinking. I think that totally would make sense, but especially given the way they've monetized Division 2 in general since it came back. Like, the only thing you've had to pay for in the last 5.5 years was Brooklyn, right? And before that it was Warlords. And as far as we can tell, Survivors is essentially just going to be one game mode, you know? They are putting more resources into it than they have other stuff, but I don't know. It's also kind of similar to the situation with 1.8 back before Division 2 came out. I don't think Survivors is quite equatable to 1.8 because we're still going to have a good bit of time between when it releases and Division 3 gets here. But 1.8 was the biggest update the first game ever saw, and it was completely free. Largely, I think, because they really wanted to try and get people as excited and just have good morale around the Division so that they could maximize Division 2's sales and success. So, that's my thoughts. Also, because we now know that Massive is only working on Division stuff, like they confirmed recently that they're scaling back down to a single AAA team size, or at least, you know, production pipeline. You know, there's not like another project that they're working on. It's Division 3 and then support for Survivors in 2. So I think they have all the funding they need, honestly.
Sorry to hear it, but stick to the mission. Do you copy?
Fuck the mission. These fuckers are gonna pay.
Do not deviate from the objective, Tails. Am I understood? Fuck.
Shade Raptor with the 20. Thank you, sir. Good evening, Rogue. My tattoo is healing nicely. Chilling before work. Glad to hear it's... Oh, man. Very glad to hear that it's healing nicely. Thank you so much for the 20 and for tuning into the stream before work. Certainly, I'm sure that thing could not have been cheap, so I appreciate you coming in and supporting, man. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, all the ones that you have showed off look quite awesome. You've got a good eye. I'll take your bet. $5. If it's free, I'll give 20 members. Noob, I'll happily take you up on that. Now, will we remember about it in like 12 months when it releases? To be determined, but happy to take it in principle.
Anyone? What a shit show. Boss, it's Schaefer. Total washout. You want me to rebuild the unit? Stop sending me fucking clowns.
I've got some more stuff I want to read there, but first, Yuri, thank you for that 10 more gifted memberships going to Ryan, Tolo, excuse me, Determined, Salty, Dun Chen, Crazy, another Ryan, Robbie, Buddy, and Ghost. Welcome to Rogue Studios, folks. Again, if you just heard your name, please give Yuri a thank you in the chat for the generosity. Yuri and Matt both, thank you guys so much. And Shade Raptor. As usual, too many incredible peeps in the community here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Before we move on, I didn't want to miss some of the things I saw up here. Vanderlyn said, I saw your video on PvP. Hope they do something to that mode. Hope they remove expertise in watching the Dark Zone like they did with Conflict. Whoa. Huge Thunderstrike. That was crazy. I hope so too. Yeah, I'm pretty hopeful for what we may see there. But of course, we just have to wait and see what happens, you know. But it's exciting, for sure, if you're a fan of PvP. What's up, Redacted? Just got my braces off. Get to see a RogueGold stream. Super happy. Does that mean you're, well, no, I was going to say on a bunch of painkillers, but maybe that's not what they do for that. I never had braces, so I can't say I'm familiar with the process, but I know that's was probably a long time coming, so congrats. And thank you for being here. I appreciate it. The season has flown by. I didn't realize that the finale was next week until earlier this morning. Yeah, it has snuck up on us. I mean, they said at the start of Year 7 that they want to get updates out more frequently. So if they stick to an early December release for Mutiny, then this would be the first 3-month season that we've had in years, which is pretty exciting. Just saw your video on the holiday wrap-up. I think the extended wave event idea would do numbers. Yeah, definitely want that kind of thing for a season event. I just think that would be really... One, you know, I always try and filter my speculation or ideas like through what's realistic. And I should clarify, I didn't actually come up with that idea. Someone commented it on a video, and I was like, that would be really cool. But yeah, like trying to filter through what is realistic for them to do. Just taking one singular control point, giving it some decorations, and then turning the respawn wave up. Again, it's always harder than it sounds, but in my opinion, that would be like a pretty feasible way to make a really cool holiday event and gameplay thing. So yeah, we will see what is in store for the winter event. All right, we got Scout 1 done. Take the fight to the True Sons. Too bad I already did that retaliation. What shall we do? We could just do control points, I suppose. Two converging resource convoys isn't something that you see super often these days. Let's go do this. Back in the day when farming resource convoys was the best way to get Shade XP. They're probably going to meet up right around here, which is where I am already, so.
Hostile supply convoy nearby.
Time to camp. I totally don't need to be doing this, but it should be fun. They don't give painkillers, gotcha. Also about to get on Division 2, nice. What's up, Crazy? If they gave painkillers for braces, I need some braces. Sorry, Zane. I was misled. I was misinformed. Turmoil and knee pads will be available in the upcoming stretch goals. We don't know for certain. If I had to guess, I would say yes, but we don't know, Pixel. Any advice in working with Ubisoft support in the back and forth on a ticket over your backpack? Completed the event just before the... Oh, shoot. Before that happened. Grey Jedi, are you dealing with them on the website or on Ubisoft's Discord server? That's my first question. Man, I can't wait for Survivors. Totally missed out on the first part of Division, but saw clips of Survival, and it looks so atmospheric. Low visibility, perfect setting. Yeah, that was pretty much Survival's biggest thing, was just how cool and immersive it was to play it, you know? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I didn't know y'all were going to walk back here. Don't come this way. Yeah. And from what it sounds like, they're leaning into that even more in the new one, with the fact that you can have it at daytime and then a snowstorm can roll in and all that. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm very, very excited for it. Alright, now they're all coming.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
This is the carnage I was going for. Did I do both of them? I don't think I did. There we go. Need 7 more. Helios has got to run. Thank you for tuning in, man. Good to see you as always. Pat, love all your videos, saying hi from Alaska. What's going on? Alaska is somewhere I would really love to visit someday. Seems beautiful. Pat, thank you for being here, though. Website ticket portal. So, okay, Grey Jedi, I've got 2 things I can say. For one, the Ubisoft Discord tends to get more personalized support, whereas you might get like an automated reply a lot of the times on the website. I don't know though if the support agents on the Discord can help with item grants like you're describing. So if you wanted to, you could download, or if you have Discord, you could join the Ubisoft Discord server, and then under like the interested game sections, you can pick the division, and then on the left side there will be like a tab for player support, and there's like a whole forum board where you could post your issue there. But again, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if they can help with item grants like you're describing. So my only other advice with the online ticket is that you literally just have to go back and forth with them for however long it takes. It's incredibly annoying. They really need to improve their support capabilities. But yeah, they'll try and be weird about it, and you really just have to, even if they ask for the same information like 5 times, you just have to keep giving it to them, and eventually it'll escalate it to a person who can give you like an actual conclusive answer. So those would be my 2 things. If you want to try the Discord, go for it. Otherwise, just keeping very persistent with the website ticket. But I'm sorry to hear that messed up your ability to get the backpack. That's super annoying. Redacted, I try and do group ups with people on stream here whenever there's like an applicable activity to do. Certainly if you wanna add me, you can, but I can't like promise a ton of available playtime to link up. But that's why I try and do as many on the streams whenever we can for that. Stoked to see Survivor coming back. Missed that mode so much. Yep. When do stretch goals start? They haven't confirmed, Christian, but it should be on the 18th. All signs point to that. Greetings from Denmark. Really enjoy your videos. Keep up the good work. Casper, thank you very much. That is kind of you to say. Don't forget about the invite bug. They've actually fixed it. New, believe it or not. I checked. Well, I didn't check, but I realized when I was playing with some people the other day that I was able to invite through parties. So they finally fixed it. So yeah, getting countdown groups together or whatever is finally back on the menu, which is awesome. We got one of the hounds.
Get ready to die.
That's amazing. Yeah, I was honestly a little worried that it was something that they would not fix, like it would just be too low priority. But yeah.
System disrupted.
Dude, I haven't gotten a Houndsman bounty in so long from those guys. Tough stuff. Did I finish it?
System restored.
Yes. Oh, that's just activity, so we already did one. I could do a control point then, that'd be easy. Another ghost fix was the shroud sound. Oh, is it really?
Detected.
Hang on, I've not tried that. I want to hear it. Nice. Yeah, before it was just like... It sounded like you didn't have a suppressor on. Very cool. The shroud actually looks pretty darn sick with the Sinister Shade fit here. Those those look like they belong together. Did I get another quick step from something? I guess so. Where's my EB? There it is. You think we should be able to go prone, or at least crouch in Division 3? Maybe have some sort of stealth mechanic? It's a good question. I mean, we know that Heartland was going to do crouching and sliding. And... I mean, I can neither confirm nor deny that I ever played that, but that was pretty fun. Stealth is an interesting question, though, for a looter shooter. Like, how do you balance stealth with just straight-up combat? So I don't know if stealth, per se, is the direction they should go. At least, like, broadly. But I do think that having at least the option to crouch just for combat purposes and, like, getting behind cover and sliding would be very cool. You know, prone, I've never really been a huge proponent of that. I know a lot of people really want it. I think in places like PvP that would just be weird, and it would probably lead to a lot of cheesing in PvE as well. But crouching and sliding, I think it'd be really fun to see.
Reinforcements incoming. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Yuko, the cape is part of this Sinister Shade outfit, which you can get completely free. There's a project chain for the Halloween event that's here until, for one more week from today, until the 11th. So if you want to jump in, there's 7 projects in total, and each of the first 6 get you the pieces for the outfit, which I'm wearing all of it right now. So yeah, you can get it all for free. Interesting question. Since Season 3 will possibly end in March, and New Year's don't start until May, do you think we'll get a Season 4 or Year 8 will start in March? Shan, I agree with you. That's a very interesting question. And my response is going to have to be a no comment, I'm afraid. But you're asking the right questions. You are indeed.
This is for our home. I'm here.
I'm so upset I never got an EB out of the last stretch goals. Well, stretch goals should be coming for every season here on out. That's been the indication that they've given. So I'm sorry to hear you didn't get it, but there should be a good number of more chances for you to get it from there. Anderson and Natalia, okay. I will listen to the comm later. Sick. We got that done. Do you think they will do something for Thanksgiving or skip it and do Christmas instead? Mike, typically what they do around that time is Black Friday is what they emphasize, since that has big ties to the Division's lore. And so they have confirmed that just like last year, there is going to be a new Veteran Rewards program or a refresh to that, which gave us the Lexington last year on Black Friday. So that should be what they're doing around that time, is that there will be new Veteran Rewards with a new weapon, new skins, and then, yeah, we'll have like a full dedicated winter and Christmas event in December. I have 11 Houndsman bounties. Akito, you just been saving those up? DZ's been pretty empty since Arc launched. Do you notice this? I don't know. I was in the DZ the other day, and there was a full server, so I wouldn't say I've noticed anything too out of the ordinary, but my PvP playtime has also gone down in recent months due to the imbalance that I've talked about in some videos, so I don't know. I can't say I've noticed anything crazy myself.
Agent in need of backup.
Wait, does the blood bag glow? Or am I making that up? Fellas, does the blood bag glow? It does! Oh, that's so cool. I'm totally gonna rock this. Just on its own. That's a very cool thing there. Do you think the Lexington will be available anytime soon again? Yes. It should be a part of, well, I say should. It will most likely be a part of this season's stretch goals, which will begin in a few weeks' time. Would new players be able to get these veteran rewards? Are they from events like Houndsman bounties? So the way they did it last year was that anyone who logged on in the period that it was live, which was from the end of November to the beginning of January, got the Lexington for free, and that was like the primary reward, was just this gun. Excuse me. You didn't have to be a veteran to get that, but the component where veterans did matter was that there were certain skins. I can actually just show you instead of talking about it. So this gun they gave everyone for free who logged in during that time. But then there's this veteran gold, bronze, and silver skin and depending on how long you had been playing the division for, you were eligible to get certain ones of these. So like bronze, you had to have played within the last year of the game. Silver, you had to have, I forget their exact brackets, but it was like 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, how old your account was, pretty much. So the weapon should be free for everybody, but the skins will depend on how long you've played the game. Alright, well, we did our 2 main things that I wanted to do. And then, yeah. The finale is here in 6 days and 12 hours. Quite exciting. Let's see. We're pushing 2 hours in. I think I want to do a few more. By the way, thank you all for the likes. We got 220 people hanging out, pushing 150 likes. Much appreciated. I want to get further on the journey. So, we need to do hyenas or cleaners. I did get one of these done from using sanitation. We should do cleaners ones because I can get levels on this. And yeah, we'll get these done. So let's go to New York, perhaps. And get that going. Do you still plan on doing the Darkstone farm for the Raven Bighorn? When and if PvP improves, well, I'll say the reason that I haven't done any recently is that it's just become increasingly hard to succeed as a solo player in the Darkstone given the lack of balancing in PvP right now. If I can ever record one where it goes well, then totally I'll upload it. But we might be waiting until some of the PvP changes that they've suggested may be coming with that new lead game designer they're hiring. So I would love to at some point. I just can't promise a timeline, you know. I hadn't really hung out in Haven much since the decorations went up, but these are fun too. Someone was asking, can you get a level 40 lullaby? You can. I'm trying to remember where it is. So if you go down here... Nope. Here. I think the way they do it, yeah, the convert. So if you get a level 40 Sweet Dreams and you're eligible to have the lullaby, you can then use this blueprint to convert. You can see it says converts the visuals of the Sweet Dreams to the lullaby. What's up, Libertarian and Rogue? How y'all doing? Oh, 100%, I know, Peter, and I appreciate it very much. And to be fair, doing like group runs for those videos could be a fun change of pace, you know? So that might be something to do at some point. The kind of call sign of the series was me going in solo, but totally, since it's hard to do now, that might be a fun way to do it. We'll see.
You need a ride?
What am I doing? I'm just walking around here. Cleaners. That's why we came here. Which I do have a cleaner's bounty. Well, let's do that. Start building up that gauge. No problem, Relentless. Happy to help. And yeah, as Peter noted, you can also do it with the Merciless and the Ruthless. Blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. The Ruthless. Yeah, same thing applies. Well, the Dark Sun farm is on hold. Do you think you should do farm and stretch goals since it has the same drop chance? I'm pretty sure stretch goals is even rarer to get it than the Dark Zone, if I'm not mistaken.
Sending the UAV.
I also don't 100% know what that video format would look like, you know? I mean, I have the items already, right? Like, I don't actually need them. It's more for the fun of chasing the RNG drop, which, you know, the stretch goals ones would offer. But again, I don't know how I would necessarily structure that. Because the DZ is all about being in there with other people and those random moments coming up, you know? But if you have any ideas on how I could do that, Vanderlyn, I'm open to hearing them for sure. That's Keto. That's exactly what I thought when I started doing that. I was like, it's fitting that I'm wearing a vampire like masquerade outfit. What's up, Punisher? I can do them as soon as they fix PvP. Is the honest answer. I've tried to do more since that last one, and PvP is just not in a great state, especially for solo players. So I will keep trying, but we might be waiting until they do some PvP changes for me to really keep going with that series, unfortunately.
That's your target.
Where are pics of the Halloween party? I'll consider posting them on Discord, Postman. It was fun though. I'm not gonna lie, I was wiped out. Like I didn't do. I posted that ARC video on Halloween, and then we did that other one on Sunday, and I didn't respond to comments until last night. I just sat there for like 3 hours and went through 4 days worth of comments. Because I was tired.
Good job, Agent.
Basically woke up at, I want to say 8 or 9 on Halloween, and then just up until it started at 8 p.m. and the entire day was just getting stuff and prepping and setting it all up. I still have yet to clean the living room. The rest of the place is all cleaned up. But yeah, it was a time. Okay, how far did that get us? 2/3 of the way, that's pretty good. Can we do... Yeah, maybe this will get us there. The best is when you turn around, hit the brakes when a form. Yeah, I remember the one you talked about, Peter. That was fun, and that's what I really hope the DZ can get back to. I mean, to be fair, not really anything has changed in the DZ since then. Like, I'm sure I could still get lobbies that would make for good videos, but it just seems to be getting harder and harder to really find that fun, you know.
Heavy contact.
Smokey the Bear, where's the pic? Oh man, people really want to see it. I'll see. Like I said, I'll contemplate putting it on Discord. The costume was popular. I will say though, I almost had a heat stroke. It was hot. On that front, it was not a smart costume, but it was fun. Hermes, what's going on, dude? How are you, good sir? Have things calmed down for you at all, or are you still pretty, you know, overloaded with stuff? Rogue better be wearing his hat from the massive trip. Did I get a hat? I don't think we got a hat. We got the dev sweatshirt, which is incredibly cool. We got a massive branded backpack, and then there was all like everyone got like one, I think mug was packed inside the backpack, but it was like different ones. So I got a Kerman coffee one, which is pretty cool. What else? Oh, and then there was a patch, like a SHD patch that you could, you know, put on somewhere. I need the key. But there was no hats, unfortunately. And then I don't remember if I talked about this in a video or stream or not, but at the end of the second day, I like tried to be sly, and I think I asked Yannick, I'm like, hey, can we see the stream room? Where's that at in the building? Because we didn't see it on the tour. And he was like, oh, it's right over here. So a few of us went and looked at it, and Daria dug up and gave, I think it was me and Tickle and someone else, one of those orange Division cards that you always see them like using for notes on the streams. She was like, yeah, when they started Division 1, they ordered like 10,000 of these things. Maybe not 10,000, but they ordered a lot. And so they're still going through that supply that they ordered in like 2015. And so we each got one of those. I've got a blank stream card, which is pretty cool. In my current setup, I have none of that displayed just because my room that I do this in is so tiny. But when I move next week, I'm going to have the opportunity to have like a much cooler setup. So I need to display all that stuff. I'm very much looking forward to doing that. That didn't get us enough points, really. So close. Let's just do... Yeah, we got an elite convoy coming. We'll do that. Hermes with the 23 months. Said 23 months. Been a long time. Yeah, man, we need to catch up at some point. But thank you for being a member for going on 2 years, man. As I said, I know you've got stuff going on in your life, things to put your money towards, so it's, as you know, dude, very appreciated that you continue to support me.
Incoming hostiles detected.
There you are.
Agent, Battery Park is under attack.
We got Battery Park, that's a good one. The only one I don't love doing in New York is Financial District. So I will 100% take a Battery Park retail. You're going to set up everything and flex the Division setup? 100%. I will absolutely be posting online a before and after of my setup. Because I've used the same desk that I'm using right now for a few years. But I'm going to get a new desk. And yeah, there's going to be a real setup going. Ever since these modifiers got started, what has been your favorite previous modifiers up until now? That's a good question. But my goodness, dude. Vanderlyn and I will come back to that question. But firstly, Hermes with the $50. Speaking of money, anyone seen my wallet? I think I dropped it around here somewhere. He's dropped it again. Back to dropping the wallet. Hermes, dude, thank you, man. You know you truly do not have to do that. That is beyond kind of you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At some point, I will be getting you a wallet clip. Or one of those little retractable, things that if you do drop it, it just bounces right back up to your hip. I think you really need it, man. In all seriousness, thank you so much for the 50. That's incredibly generous.
Agent, this is the area we need you to stabilize.
Goodness me. He just said, wish I could drop my wallet. Wait. Wait.
Time is of the essence, Agent.
Goodness me. Thank you, man. Vanderlyn, I don't want to forget your question asking what was my favorite previous modifiers up until now. I'd actually be very curious to hear what everybody's are. Mine might be a controversial answer. I'm going to say the very first ones we got. I was a point blank fan. You know why? Because in my view, that is how you should treat modifiers, where to get the maximum benefit out of it, like remember how you had to really think about what range you're in, and then if you wanted to run, what was it, by the teeth, that give you the long range damage and use all out, like you really had to think a little bit and lock that in, and then you got the huge bonus from it. I'm more of a fan of gameplay that makes you think a little bit, as opposed to right now where we just get like a bunch of free stats and then you don't have to. It's pretty mindless, you know? So again, that might be super unpopular, and that's totally okay. I also, as much as people hated it, so again, I know, very unpopular, I liked the hostile modifiers that season because, again, you actually had to think about what an enemy had. I couldn't even tell you what these ones do now because they're just that insignificant to the overall flow. But like if an enemy had a requital that season, you had to think about it. You had to reposition yourself. You had to do all that. I see a lot of people saying Rogue Momentum. Yeah, Rogue Momentum, Rogue Momentum. The first set of modifiers were goated. See, died again gets me. It gets me. So yeah, I would say the first ones were my favorite. Social Crab with the 199. Thank you so much. My clan leader, the Dawn, sends his regards. Well, my regards right back. Crab, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. And shout out to Dawn and your guys' clan. Sure, you got a bunch of awesome peeps in there. That's very generous of you. Thank you. Didn't affect my disability or GI build. That's good to hear, man. I'm glad it didn't. I know it's really impacting a lot of various things right now, so that is honestly a huge relief to hear that it didn't. Speed is fun, yo. Yeah, I mean, I would say Rogue Momentum was probably my second favorite. I'm trying to think about last season's. I didn't mind last season's. It was a little bit overcomplicated, and then, you know, the backfire build just kind of trivialized everything else. At least with Rogue Momentum, there were different options that were good, right? So yeah, Rogue Momentum is definitely a second for me, but I was a point blank fan. I need to be using sanitation as often as I can to get those journey stats.
Kill squad in the area.
Kill squad, I'm gonna use it on these guys. Is this them? Oh yeah, it is. Come out here, folks. Maybe? Hello? Hello? Please? Enjoy the modifiers from the first, but I hated the climax mission. See, that was also part of it, is that was my favorite master mission that they did. I've not been too impressed with Master ever since that first one.
Kill squad down.
Okay. No kill squad for us. I just recently started Div 2. Your videos have been awesome. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you continue to enjoy. We got a lot of good stuff coming, so it's a good time to jump in. And thanks for tuning into the stream. Theo's climax mission was fire, right? But again, and I've talked about this in my finale video since then, I'm just somebody who actually, like, if you're going to commit to doing a master mission, there should be some mechanics, right? There should be some complexity there. Whereas the other ones recently have just been like, here's one extra turret, here's some elites, have fun. And like, that doesn't really feel like master to me. But again, they gotta go with what the majority thinks, and it seems like a lot of people didn't want there to be mechanics in there, so what you gonna do? Your aura killed them. They couldn't deal with the masquerade fit that was waiting outside. But I love it personally. Yeah, I'm with you, man. PvP is my favorite thing in the division, so I can relate to you there. When do stretch goals start again? There's no confirmed date as of right now, but very likely it should begin on the 18th. That's where all signs are pointing to right now. It's normally 1 week after the finale. And if you look at the Season XP events they've got lined up, those dates back that up.
I'll get you for that.
Pop this.
Reinforcements incoming. Incoming hostiles detected. Heavily armored hostiles.
Rogue, favorite exotic of all time, Division 1 and Division 2 combined? The Eagle Bear. Not a question in my mind for me. I love this gun. What's up, Donnie? Amazing stream as always. Thank you. Quick question. Have the modifiers always been deactivated while running Golden Bullet and other events? Yes. People have found like some ways over time to bug it and use both at the same time, but that's not intended. You're supposed to only be able to run modifiers or global events, not both.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Where are they coming from? By the way, Vanderlyn would just say up here, now that we're moving away from a rogue storyline and more towards a World War III scenario with hunters, do you think they should remove the rogue AI and swap them with hunters? You just mean for the gameplay segment where they show up in the open world? It would probably make sense, right? I don't know if I agree necessarily that the story is going towards World War III. That seems a bit large scale for the resources we have, right? I just mean the division. I don't even mean the dev team. But yes, like probably having rogue agents continue to show up doesn't make a ton of sense with where we're at now. Is this not? What? I never finished this? How did that happen? I thought I was all done. Okay, I guess we're running back. That's crazy. I must have just gotten distracted by that kill squad and I didn't keep going. Literally 10 minutes ago, got my first DZ kills, cleared a 3-man solo, and extracted my first exotic. Congrats! That's awesome. Yeah, the DZ has always offered a pretty great loop. I mean, you know, it's just the same as Arc Raiders or any other extraction shooter that you know, where it's like, can you face a lot of downturn in there and lose some stuff? Yeah. Can you also get lucky and get a huge win? Absolutely. So, that's awesome. Mirror Box, the climax mission releases 1 week from today. It's next Tuesday on the 11th. When is stretch goals? We don't know for sure, but it should be on the 18th. Hear me out, Liberator for Division 1? Really?
Assistance needed.
I mean, I have fond memories for the Liberator just because it was one of the early ones, but I don't remember it being all that strong, you know? But favorite doesn't have to be strong, you know? So that's a very respectable answer, 100%. Hermie said favorite enemy faction and design, tactics, or story. My favorite faction has always been the Cleaners. Their design with the explodable packs has just always been very fun. I think they've got a fun enough story, you know? So, yeah, that's my pick. Whoever's asking about the cloak, Tim has got you there. It's part of the Sinister Shade outfit. And then the speed that I'm getting is from the Quick Step pistol. Gives you 20% movement speed when you have it out. You can get it right now from the Halloween event. So how long do we think it's going to take once the Halloween event is over for people to be like, hey, can I get the Quick Step? How do I get the Quick Step? It's going to be the new the new Lexington.
Hostile control point nearby.
Oh, it reset because I ran away. Okay, we'll do this again. Oscar, feel free to add me, for sure. Anyone is welcome to. I can't promise you, like, times to play or anything. I always try and reserve some time, like, when we do streams like this, if people want to group up for content, if it's applicable. But certainly you're more than welcome to add me.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Another kill squad. Are these ones actually going to spawn? Are they gonna get stuck in that same room? I think they're just stuck in there.
Hostile detected.
The beams.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
So I guess that's one thing I didn't give sanitation credit for when I was talking about it at the start of the stream. You can keep the duration up by a long time just by getting kills, so that's pretty fun. Oscar, what platform are you on? What are your thoughts about shareable loot to anyone at any time? I don't think I would be a fan of that personally.
You secured the area. Thank you, Agent.
Because then, oh, they added the actual name of the modifier for the XP. That's nice. Because then you could just completely bypass, like, doing difficult content for hard drops, right? Like the raid stuff or the incursion stuff or whatever else. So I probably wouldn't be a fan of that personally. Thanks, Keto. Oscar, unfortunately, I'm on Xbox, so we would not be able to run together since Division 2 doesn't have crossplay. I'm sorry. Maybe one day in Division 3. Ever going to continue the community loadouts series? I would like to. Sometimes I just get weird about, I don't know, what videos I'm working on and whatnot. But yes, I would like to at some point. I don't think the Warlock build was the last one I'll ever do. Not that I play on Oscar, no. Redacted, if you want to DM me, I'll be happy to give it to you. I just don't want to share it out too widely for, you know, stream sniping purposes, which I know sounds silly on Division 2. But you'd be surprised how many people in the DZ target me just because they know who I am.
I'll watch your back.
Okay. How far did we get on the journey? We're pretty close. I just need those two, and I need to take out a few more drones. We can do that. Oh, wait, no, we just need these two. Right? Yeah, I've already got 4. I just need sanitation stacks and keeping it active. Easy. Let's go do control points then. We'll probably get it done doing that. Do you think we will get another DLC? Or do you think Brooklyn will be it? And if you could pick, where would you go, New York again, or pick somewhere else? I don't know if we'll get another DLC. They've talked about it, or they've asked players about their interest in one in surveys. We did a video on that a few months ago. But I don't know. You know, they're working on Survivors. Presumably they're working on more seasons. So I honestly don't know. I don't have a good guess. If I get picked, though, I would not choose to return to New York. I would rather we explore some new places. I know some people even want Division 3 to be in New York again. I'm not in that camp. I would rather we go somewhere new.
Hostile
But that's
control
just me.
point identified.
Recon was asking any inside info on if Div 3 will have cross-player, cross-progression. I have no insider info. There's pretty much no info out there about Division 3. But I can say with very high certainty that Division 3 will have crossplay. Pretty much every new Ubisoft game these days does have it. And Division 2 was close to having it. It was just a little bit too early when it was in development for that to be like a standard feature yet. But pretty much every new game and every new Ubisoft game in particular has it. Like it's a staple feature now. So yeah, it'll be there. Alright, I only need 2 more drones. It's a good start.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
There we go. That's 9. Oh, I should have let him deploy it. Oh well.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
This is just endless spawns here. I love it.
Detecting additional hostile
I see a lot of people saying and asking various things. Let me catch up as soon as I'm done with this one. I didn't anticipate there to be that many spawns from the resource convoy, but I suppose that's what you get. Shade Raptor, if you're still here, I'm sorry, but thank you for hanging out. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I always feel bad when people say they're dipping and then I read it like 3 minutes later when they're gone.
friendly control point detected.
Okay, let's go down the list of what I missed here. Build video for this build? I do actually have one. I can give it to you in just a sec. Hermes, I ran that same one, but with pressure point instead of vindictive. And it's very fun indeed, yeah. Quite fun. What's up, EM? Sorry I missed you. How you doing? Do you know why my control points keep getting overrun? Is it supposed to be that way so you can farm forever? So with retaliations, if you don't go and tackle the retaliation, then after 6 hours, the zone will become hostile again. So if you're building up your agitation meter and then not playing the retaliations, they will retake those zones that it selects. With Hoskin showing up in Brooklyn, do you think that we'll get more content related to book characters in the future? I hope so. I mean, I think it's a cool crossover, you know. With Hoskin specifically, I don't know, but I would totally be up for seeing it. Are they going to do stretch goals like last season? Yes. Oh, well, for the turmoil in Lexington specifically, we don't know. They haven't given us those details. But stretch goals are a thing that should be a part of every season from here on out, yeah. Oh no, well I'm glad you switched over, Jefferson. We're still glad to have you. How to get the blue screen? It's in the general loot pool, so you can get it from anywhere. Targeted LMG content will be your best bet. What's the faction you hate to fight against the most? I don't know if I hate fighting any faction. I think the Rikers are probably the hardest with the overheal and that kind of stuff that they have. I'd say probably Rikers, even though it's really not a hate situation, but I would say they're the most difficult. Well, maybe more than them, because at least they have some cool weak points. I actually don't. I don't think the hyenas are like as engaging of a faction to fight as some others in terms of lack of weak points and other stuff. So maybe hyenas. Okay, how close are we on this? 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Can we go do like one random activity somewhere? There's something down here. It's Rikers, Black Tusk. We can do this. First time been able to watch live. Thank you for your content in Div 2. Alexander, thank you for being here. I appreciate very much you watching the videos, all the stuff. Thank you, thank you. We try to have fun here on the lives. I'm sure it gets a little boring for people who tune in every week just listening to me yap, but I do appreciate everybody turning out. How many? Yeah, we still got over 200 people watching. Pushing 200 likes. Thank you guys for that.
Hostiles guarding location. There you are. Incoming hostiles detected. Access key detected.
I forgot the whole reason I'm doing this. I don't just need to kill them. I need to either use sanitation or get a drone. But that works if we get another retail. Let's do it. Hit one more, and then once we finish that journey mission, I'll switch to Spiced Up.
You're in position.
So that's the other one I need to do.
Time is of the essence, Agent.
Thank you very much, Oscar. I'm exaggerating by saying hate. Which faction do you think is annoying to fight? For me, True Sons or Outcasts?
Hostile control.
Outcasts I can never hate because of the suicide bombers. They make it so easy, you know? But I would say probably hyenas. I mean, the rushers are fun to hit the little confused pack, but, you know, the shield guys are always in the way. There's just a lack of weak points, I feel like, on hyenas compared to most factions. But I'd say hyenas with Rikers is like a close second. True Stones, I've really started leaning into hitting the foam packs, and that makes them quite easy. Plus, you can hit the heavy gunners on the back for the little explosion pack deal. Okay, pop the... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still just running around aimlessly. That guy was about to pop a drone, and I messed him up. I really got to quit doing that. Activate a drone. I promise I won't interrupt you again. Please. Okay. Fine. Do it to someone else. No, I didn't want to take those. Miss Wick joining up not only as a member but to classified status. Thank you so much for that.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I appreciate it very, very much.
Hostile detected.
Thank you for the kindness. I need to go in and change the card on there. Given you joined and we had someone at the beginning of the stream join. Thank you so much. I see Hermes drop me another loaded question. Let me look as soon as I get this done.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
You think Survivors will fit the same concept as Warzone? Or people from 2 and 3 can play it, or you think Survivors will be exclusively a 2 experience? I mean, that's kind of the million-dollar question, you know? I think given the information we have and just the timeline of things, it would make a lot of sense if it played a lot like Warzone. And I think that could be why there's a whole, like, separate team working on it at Massive. So if I had to put, you know, $1 down on it, I would say Warzone style. But we will see.
Kill squad incoming.
Will this kill squad get stuck as well? Come on, can y'all give me a single? I just need one more drone to shoot, and then I'm done. Is that too much to ask here? This guy had one. I just keep sabotaging myself. Shoot.
Agent incapacitated.
I can't keep taking these bets. Maybe that's why I keep giving them, you know? You can never be wrong if you don't have someone to hold you accountable for it. I don't know. That's just like, I'm sure there's better ways I could articulate it. That's always just my go-to way of like announcing my confidence in something. Be like, yeah, I'd put $1 on it. I'd put $5 on that. Oh man.
Agent vital signs 0.
Well, that's tough. I feel like this was actually not... Retaliation was not the way to go for me to get that done. Because I pulled up at that other control point in the open world.
The enemy has overrun the
And I
area.
immediately had like 3 drones. So let's go and do City Hall. That'll be easy. Caddy Barra, thank you for answering that. Yeah, the top is from the Sinister Shade outfit, which you can get from the Halloween project chain for the next week. Cass said, what's your biggest pet peeve about Div 2? Biggest pet peeve. I'm trying to think of like, firstly, what would classify as that, but then also what rises above the rest. Maybe one that I don't know if this is my greatest pet peeve, but it just came to mind. The fact that so many outfit combos have such pronounced gaps between your person and the backpack. That one gets me a lot. Like, look, I know one that's very guilty of this is the Ortiz shirt. Look at that. Like, why is that a thing? And I went back and looked, and this wasn't really a thing in Division 1, so I don't know if it was just the way that they implemented two-strap backpacks, or why it does it. But, like, come on. You know? So I would say that. Now I have to go scroll and find that, and put this back on. Tim Brown coming in with the $4. Also, first time sending a super on a live stream. Tim, thank you so much for that, my friend. Again, as I've said many times before on streams, but also I think I was saying it to Hermes earlier, there's a lot of things to be putting your money towards these days, so I sincerely appreciate you going out of your way to support my content and channel. Thank you so much. Okay, I just need a single drone. Right there, there's a drone. I whiffed my shot so hard. Please, drone, come back. There we go. Done with Journey 7. Now let's get out of combat, and I want to fast travel back to... Well, I don't actually have to fast travel. I just need to run spiced up instead of sanitation. Because now I need unfriendly fire. Okay, I can use that. How have I not killed 5 hostiles? Okay, this shouldn't be too hard, actually. Let's put on unfriendly fire. I would need to actually fight hyenas for that to count, though, I realize. We can do the one easy, though, where it's activated when you have less than 20% armor. Just need to run out in the middle here. Hello. Feel free to shoot me. There we go.
Vital sign.
I've not used Spice Up a ton, even though when we got the season news, it sounded like one that I really enjoy. I just didn't end up using it a lot, probably because Zealot's just so good.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Oh, it's over that quickly. Okay, so you really have to be on top of the kills during that one. The cooldown's pretty short on it, though. Didn't know there were still so many reinforcements coming.
Agent down. Heavily armored detected.
Alright, once again, I will catch up on chat once I'm out of the thick of this. I don't want to look away and die. Okay. I was just trying to clear it that whole time. Now, we can do this.
Reinforcements incoming.
It should be
Incoming
coming right
hostiles
here.
detected.
Nope. Okay, they're coming both ways. That's inconvenient. I guess that would be the one benefit of retaliation, is I can guarantee that they're all going to spawn right on me. So here, I'll hit this. So kills don't extend the time on this one. I just have to be really on top of it.
Heavily armored hostiles detected.
Okay. So yeah, let's go to a retaliation. That'll help. That'll help. We'll probably want run one. That's a tongue twister. Run one retaliation for hyenas, and then we'll call it there. What did I miss?
Safe area entered.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Deadzone. Hope I'm saying your name right. And thank you, everybody, for helping out with the questions while I was busy getting shot in the face. How close are we to hyenas? Like a third? I wish I remembered what the breakdowns were for percentages. We can just do a control point, though, see how close that gets us.
Agent in need of backup.
I don't know, Freezy. I'm not on the dev team, so I'm afraid I don't know what the priority fix list is. Yeah, Mike, like Postman was saying, it almost for sure will have crossplay. There's pretty much no question. Jefferson, thank you so much for joining up to Rogue Studios. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You've had a bunch of gifts and joins this stream. I appreciate the generosity. If you didn't know, or if anyone didn't know, by becoming a member, you get a badge next to your name, you get emotes to use, you get Discord access, a bunch of good stuff. But thank you very much for joining up and supporting what I do. Archer, the Tempest will be available from the finale mission, but they have confirmed that because that bug occurred, where you could get it early, there is going to be an additional reward of some kind. We don't yet know if that means a new item or just a cosmetic reward or something, but they have said that there will be an additional reward on top. That was a shred and a half right there.
Additional hostile contacts.
I'm gonna try and do the under 20% armor again. There we go. I do think it's a shame that this season's active mods kind of got overshadowed by Zealot, because they made a lot of really cool ones to align with each faction's theme and whatnot. But it's like no one uses anything other than Zealot because of how strong it is. That's not part of the control point. This is, though. Can I get some kills off of the shield? Because I need that. Perfect. And then right here. Pop this. Get kills off the shield. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Hostile artillery turret detected. Hostile Seeker mine detected.
Melted. Oh yeah, we're gonna get that done in no time. That got me that little progress on it. Oh, they haven't gotten there yet. I see. I was like, that got me that little on a retaliation. But they're still running up here.
Reinforcements in place.
There we go. Is that enough? Not quite. Do I have any hyena bounties? Yes. Do I have any that are not heroic? No. Okay. Then we will do this one. I like sanitation and say cheese too. Yeah, they're all, I mean, I think in their own way they're all strong and pretty fun.
Point nearby.
Comes in handy at the shield break too. Yeah, 100%.
Supply room access unlocked.
I missed Lexington last season yet again. Is it available on this season's stretch goals? We don't know yet. They haven't really given us any details on this season's stretch goals, but I would say there's at least a good chance. Yeah.
Target near you.
I'll secure the sector.
Zooming around. I will say one has to be one of the best passive mods is that split damage on the hyena shield, because those guys are annoying to fight in my opinion. No weak point and very limited sightline, so just being able to ricochet off of them is pretty sick. Everyone should have at least 400 quick sips by now. If not, please get it. Well, you know, like the day this event ends. Oh, I didn't know this was still decorated when it was not the Houndsman instance. That's cool. You know that the day this event ends, they're going to be like, the questions are going to flood in. How do I get it? I missed the event. How do I get it? That's always how it is.
Vital signs critical.
That's your target. Target down. Good job.
At nighttime, these things look even better. The decor. Yeah, I really hope we see some more for the winter event. That would be fun. Yes, you can, Cadibara, 100%. It's just that in the heat of battle, sometimes that's a little bit tricky to pull off. But yes, that is their weak point. Really? I finished it just like that? I thought we were going to have to go into the retaliation. Well, sick.
Target neutralized. Agent, we need you to stabilize southwest.
Okay. I figured we would make a little dent in the journey today, but we just finished the whole thing. Wonderful. Now, I think it makes more sense for me to not claim these until stretch goals begin. It's going to annoy the shit out of me that I have that thing at the bottom of my screen that says available to claim. But that's fine. We'll leave it. Well, good stuff. This was a very productive stream then. Project chain done. Journey done. Scout done. Love to see it. That's pretty good timing, too. Nikita said, I don't know if I want to do the journey this season. I had a moment where I thought that too, but then I realized that the only way to get the blueprints for tipping scales is to go through it, and I'm definitely going to want to make tipping scales builds in the future, so for me it was a must. I don't care about the mask. I'm not going to wear that thing, but the blueprints I care about. Wait, what's wrong, Postman? Something in my stream is too loud? That's always my first concern. Alright, crew. Well, I'm going to head back here and clear some stuff out, but that wraps up just about everything that I think we're going to do today. Is there anything that you would want buffed or nerfed? Weapons, gear sets, or brands, etc.? Oh, 100%. People don't want to hear my opinions on it because I'm of the highly unpopular take that nerfs are good for game balance. But yes, I think that strikers should be toned down more. I mean, in PvP specifically, there's a bunch of stuff, of course, like regen builds, big ore, and all that. But yeah, I think there's plenty they could do. But we won't get into it because I know people don't agree with that, and that's okay. He said, oh, I see. I see what happened, Postman. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to all the kids out there that watch Division content. Do you know if we can get the appearance mods for tipping scales? It isn't showing up for me. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know, Kaz. I'm not seeing them. I didn't realize that was a thing, but maybe that's something they need to look at. I'll have to see if that's logged anywhere, or if people have been talking about it on Reddit and Discord. Any word on when the PTS is? Nothing official, McRib, but given the timeline they've set for next season, it should be either this weekend or next weekend. So, coming up very soon. Do you think they will give Blueprint access back? Like how they give access to the climax missions now? What do you mean by Blueprint access? Like ones that were tied to prior seasons? Because they've begun doing that. They recently put the Striker and System Corruption ones in Control Point pools. I think Season 3 is still one that a lot of people don't have. To my knowledge, there was like a weird bug with that they're looking into. But they've been doing that over time, slowly. So yeah, folks, that just about wraps up everything we got going down today. Thank you very much, as always, for tuning in and hanging out. We have got a busy couple of weeks coming up, as we've talked about throughout the stream. We have finale next Tuesday. That is locked in. So that'll be very exciting. We have stretch goals that should be 1 week after, on the 18th. And then PTS again should either be this weekend or next. So it's going to be a busy time. And I'm moving next week, as some of you know. So for me, it's going to be extra busy. If there's any lack of response to comments on videos next week, that is why. And I apologize in advance, but I'm going to be pretty swamped trying to get videos out and while moving and doing all that stuff. So it'll be a good time. We're both wearing the full set. Very nice. Yeah. System Corruption is in the drop pools. One of them is, right? I hope I didn't misspeak there. But yeah, they added, I think, the backpack and the chest piece to the control points. I believe so. Yes, Kaz, I will be live on Tuesday. Usually on finale days, I go live around like an hour and a half earlier. But yes, I will be here. So stream next week, and then, yeah, there'll be plenty to talk about. I just might be getting about 2 hours of sleep in between, you know? But it's all a good time. Again, thank you all so much for being here, for hanging out, for all the new members, for all the gifts. Oh, look at that, a clean 50 new members of the stream. Wonderful. Again, appreciate you all so much for all of that, and I will see you, you know, in the meantime very soon with all the stuff. So, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, thank you. See you later. Bye-bye.